everyone. So after my last video chat, there's still more going on. So what it branched into and why I'm continuing is to continue on with the fact that humans in their 3D perspective have given into control, believe that they're controlling this world and how everything happens through money, through controlling pleasures, through believing they're controlling, right? But when you step up into your whole consciousness design, you realize you're part of a whole. Life isn't so controlled and minimal, and all that sort of crumbles away, and you're left with life is amazing. Because to put this truth simply and clear, we walk into the unknown all the time. So to actually think that this physical world is going to solidify for us and stay the same is actually to expend your energy through the thought process of control, stiffening, rigidity in your field. If you actually, for a good percentage of your day, week, month, year, your sleepless nights or whatever, think you're actually going to solidify a control basis of your existence for this lifetime. And so we're waking up to this fact that life is way more amazing, and it's going to get, and it's going to be. And so I want to continue onto this video because, I'm relaxing in the quiet of the early hours and I love it. And I notice my cards I haven't shuffled for a while. So I go to shuffle them, and because I work closely with the wholeness I am and that I am not a limited being, I'm shuffling my cards, and the feelings I get from my guidance team, which we're never alone, they're always there, just depends how much you want to open up. The feeling, because you get feelings of moreness, you get feelings of more of a connection that you've developed, that you are present with. And so I could have sat here and shuffled these cards on my own, but there was this feeling I got that said, stop, others have to know. So I was like, oh, okay. And the confirmation of that is, well, I can just keep shuffling if I want. But because I listen to the feeling of my human saying that is, you're not getting any joy out of this. As soon as I continued in the opposing direction, it's like, there's no point in it if you're not going to share this. It was the feeling. So what I'm trying to say is I'm continuing this video to remind us that it is unknown all the time, because Teresa, the human, could have sat here and just shuffled and drew a card from my life experience and the whole energy of what's going on at the moment, part of this planet, and I would have thought I'd be happy just drawing a card and so be it. But I listened to the triggering feeling. So we are getting guidance all the time, and that was another reminder between these two videos that guidance is not airy-fairy out there and we're lucky if we get it, which is another part of the spiritual community trying to make out like in our limited consciousness of trying to control things, I am the special one that receives guidance, or I am the special religion and you come to us for all the answers. You know, I am. When guidance is received through feelings and streams, and all you got to do is make sure that in your next actions that what you're receiving is to assist, because if it's not to assist, then you're not listening to higher guidance to assist you or anyone else or a situation or anything like that, because heaven helps earth. Anything else is of a lower vibration. Be careful, because if you follow that path, you follow yourself down. So that, I just want to highlight that feeling, it spoke. My guidance spoke in a way that knows my vessel, knows my soul, knows how to speak, because I listen to the feeling. So we do get this all the time, because we're always directed by the unknown to the best path. So it can mean like you got to make decisions and you're working in the moment with people, but you're also listening to that interior world through feeling, not through emotional provocation, through feeling. And emotions are signs that you feel a certain way. Look for the message in them and keep your vibration of a higher rate. Don't go down for too long, too far into something. There is a reason why you're feeling it. You're not meant to feel it forever. Remember, turn the light switch on. Find the message. Keep going. What's the message in this? Keep going. Things don't last forever, etc. So back to the cards then, and the natural drawing was, in the moment of explaining that, what I had to share was the inner child. And then the next card on the bottom of the deck drawn my attention is soulmates. So let's literally turn the light on and have a little read of the author's description. And this is a gorgeous deck by the Little Sage, which is Helen Jacobs. I've had this deck for years. It's beautiful. So I'll show you the pictures too. She has an updated deck as well if anyone's interested. Nice watercolor images. Inner child and soulmates. And that's the only cards I'm drawn to talk about. Imagine a miniature version of yourself sitting in your spiritual heart. This is your inner child. Just like any other child, your inner child needs a balance of work, rest, and play. Explore your creativity, ensure sufficient rest and nutrition, go outside, get your hands dirty. Play and have fun while you learn about the world around you. Children aren't required to carry the weight of the world on their shoulders, and neither should you. Trust you have a support team, both physically and spiritually, which are happy to carry your burden, teach you, and let you explore your surroundings without fear or judgment. Now, let me just clarify, because of the consciousness in today's day and age, and the consciousness has shifted a lot since this deck came out, and I should get Helen's new deck actually, because it would have been upgraded, shared information. So The spiritual support team, both physically and mentally, trust you have them, which are always happy to carry your burden. This is not like walking into a church and saying, God or Jesus, give me a savior or whatever. You can do that, but it's not like doing it and then walking out in doubt. It's like you work with heaven, so it's co-creation in all respect. So if you're feeling a certain way and you feel like you have burdens, then you honestly have to lay the energy of the burden out. Don't just give lip service. So, and then the other aspect I wanted to mention really was heaven's not going to carry everything for you and you just like walk around expecting things to just change. Oh yeah, I gave my burden to heaven and I'm just waiting. So that's why in the conscious prayer release discussion, release your burden to your spiritual support team. God, Jesus, the light, spiritual support teams, it's all one, and it's who and whomever your consciousness bows its head to in a way that says, I respectfully allow you in to my world. I give consciousness to the light to help. And then from that, if it's honest, you should really do some breathing out of your consciousness field so that you're actually, from the patterns, like from the solar plexus down, you are honestly releasing the energy. You're not just saying it up here, wishing for the best, and then walk outside the church or walk outside your home and you're doing all exactly the same things as though you didn't really let this light in for you to walk or notice something different or allow in something different. Because people can still walk around with their bricks and mortar of judgments, not realizing they're not working with heaven. They're waiting for heaven to save them or bring something. We have the feet on the earth and we call in heaven. We also have to have the eyes and the heart and the whole being that wants to work with heaven. So trust you have a support team, like bow your head and trust you will be helped, and let the light fully into your body, down under your feet. Remember, this planet is spinning in space and eyes are on us the whole time through love. Love designed this planet. Love is saying go and evolve this planet through love. And that's where we are. So let the love in and let the burdens out, because God ain't going to come and say, here, give me that. And the only time something like that does happen is because the person has bowed their head, has believed in the light, and has let go of their energy of doubt. So they're able to receive. Trust you have a support team both physically and spiritually, because God, the heaven and angels work through everything. But don't just think it's only going to come one way. Keep open, release, keep open to guidance. So they're happy to carry your burden, teach you, and let you explore your surroundings without fear or judgment. Now, that's the way you'd work with the guidance. See yourself as a child of the universe, always learning and in need of guidance. Not so much so that guidance is the only thing that knows best for me. Remember, It's your soul, part of heaven, work together, great. So it's not like we wait for heaven to give us signs or make a move, or heaven says, so that's when I do. It's also, I am present as heaven. How am I being heaven on earth in my life? Keep going like that and call on heaven when you need them. Being aware that heaven is always there in every conversation and in every thought process. You can stop and say, heaven, help. But you have to get yourself to a place where you actually have the space for that help. So it is a subtle light flow from heaven to earth. So if you still feel heavy in your body and your mind still goes to all the same things, then you're not shifting anything. You're not accepting your heaven, you're not accepting your light, you've completely forgotten, and you feel like you're a physical being walking round and round in the same path. So turn the light on with some truth. Let it in. Turn it on, let it in. So you see yourself as a child of the universe, always learning and in need of guidance. You needn't have all of the answers right now. Children must gather information, learn and practice their new skills. Don't expect too much of yourself. But in keeping balance there, make sure you're keeping yourself conscious. Don't just say, I don't expect anything of myself. I'm just waiting for heaven to do the work. So your affirmation for the inner child, I am a perfect child of the universe, regardless of my physical age. I am happy and safe as I continue to learn and explore the world around me. Now, to a lot of people, that affirmation is like, oh yeah. But when you are open to the truth of the fact of who we really are, happiness and safety, you're here temporarily, you're watched over, you're part of heaven. There is no reason why you can't be happy and give your safety, whole awareness to the energetic reality that heaven is going to alert you when you really need to feel safe, when you really need to get up and move, or perhaps change a time of doing something, perhaps not go to a certain place, perhaps not engage with a certain person or people, or don't eat a certain thing. So this is not to reassure safety is dependence on what you got in your pockets or in the material world. And because of that fact, all of that is taken care of when you rise in consciousness to the whole. So like I was saying in the last video, if you're appreciating your temporary life and all the amazing experiences of the unknown that happens all the time, you don't overindulge in safety in a way or any manner that says, I have to have a certain amount of this, I have to have this, and you're actually consciously living this solidified vibration that says, I have to make sure of this. Now, balanced is, I have a healthy foundation. I have what I need. But if your mind is coming down to the physical world and saying, no, I am only good enough if I have these, and I'm only safe if I have this. So I just needed to elaborate that we're here for a temporary life experience. We're watched over and loved. We will be alerted when things need our attention, because we will get the inclination, and it's up to us to take notice of it. And don't give too much power of yourself over to concentrated efforts of the temporary physicality. Have what you need and just feel all right about it. And balance these kind of things all the way up your consciousness. I am happy and safe as I continue to learn and explore the world around me. Soulmates. And this is a time for this on the planet. Women and men, women and women, girlfriends, partners, colleagues, anyone collaborating and joining in any way. It's more of an energetic, know each other even by... Now, I don't want to say appearance, but I want to say emanation of the light of a person. Because we use the word attraction as though it's purely physical, when we need to give more consciousness to the depth and expanse of the energy speaking. So, yeah, we can know soul family via no words or via sound, or we don't know how our paths are set up. So how we bump into our soul family can be in the most extraordinary way. It can be so unexpected. It can be, but unexpected, right? But not given into fantasy, airy-fairy. Unexpected, it seems to the human, but in the gut, and then in the chest, and then in the emanation attraction toward each other, there is message in there. So it's not for us to judge how our paths are set up, but to trust there's an emanation toward this person. So whatever comes next from your guidance, okay? Explore the world around me. Soulmates. An invisible thread connects those who are destined to meet regardless of time, place, or circumstance. The red thread may stretch or tangle, but it will never break. Ancient Chinese proverb. Two souls are paired together to ensure each learns the lessons required. This can play out with romantic partners, but soulmate relationships can also be your parents, children, siblings, bosses, colleagues, friends, or someone else entirely. You can have many soulmates simultaneously in one lifetime in various relationship forms. Don't be concerned if it feels like a soulmate is making life difficult at this time. This is part of their role, as they must ensure you learn what is needed. Perhaps the absence of a soulmate is your classroom right now. Pay attention to the people coming into your life, for every person adds value and meaning. What is their soul here to teach you? What are you teaching them? Now remember the inquisitiveness of life. To actually hold the space when you meet someone, or you're in a room, or you're just in any environment. What is their soul here to teach me? What am I teaching them? Because a lot of the time we don't even think we're teaching anyone anything. But that's because we're being ourselves. So this is the extraordinary design of the whole life experience, that all this stuff is going on because it's a relationship. It's a human energy relating in the dimensions of what we allow in between each other in the space in between. So being ourselves, we are playing the part that we don't even know is teaching others. Being ourselves, we are also open to learning and being taught what we need to learn. Remember, what you teach is also what you're meant to learn. Yes. So very true. Because although I speak from experience, because every day is unknown, and because everything that's happening behind the scenes of what our two eyes can't see, but our inner world knows, and it's opening to. So there's always something in what you're doing for yourself to keep opening. It's like when I used to do hands-on healing work like massage, reflexology, Reiki, and then I branched more into the esoteric because it was more, I also did some acupuncture as well. So from these hands-on physical into acupuncture, it was like I'm getting more soul, it's more pleasing to my soul to work with the nature of meridians of heaven to earth and watch and observe and learn. And I did not think I would study acupuncture, but I was drawn to the simplicity of it and always love all natural therapies, open to learning about all of them. And so my point was, in every healing that I came into the room of with a new person, whether it was in clinic for the acupuncture course or at home with the massage reflex or reflexology, there was always a learning in it for me as well. There was always either a download of information for the energy of the present moment that helped me grow as well. So the more present you are to the wholeness, the more you emanate more life, more of life that you can't see, but you're allowing it to come through you and come forth. If you are yearning for a romantic soulmate partnership, ask whether you are truly ready for this on all levels. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Your red thread will lead you to your soulmates. Ensure you are ready for them to enter your life. Affirmation. Preparing for my soulmates is easy. I recognize and value the soulmates in my life. Now that affirmation reminds me of what I was just talking about in this video and the last video. When we come across something, say like for instance my life at the moment, coming across a love-based soul flame partnership coming into form, for me, I'd done the work of awakening to this path was coming into form and have done that ongoing. Who am I? Am I ready for this? What does this mean? It's like, what is it teaching me? What am I what am I teaching? What is it teaching me? Kind of thing in life. And that's where my path did lead me out of old traditional expectation in every kind of facet of the human existence. So in work related, how I was feeling there, relationship, was I expanding, contentment on a day-to-day basis, am I happy with this existence, like what else is speaking to me, am I open to the wholeness of life, like me in life, anything speaking to me there. So lighting up anything that was in a dark sort of unhappiness that I hadn't put light on. So that's what the soulmate relationship does. And then you have the soul twin flame relationship, which is, nowadays I liken it to, summarize, I liken it to this, but and what I just said, am I awake to life and how do I feel about it and am I lighting it up? But the flame relationship is of an intensity to evolve themselves and for meaning and purpose and the power of them to ignite in their own beings essentially the power of love, like who they are, because we're all love, right? So you're igniting the power of that soul so far, and essentially how much love they let into themselves to allow the burn off of the old evolutionary energy, the burn off of old for more love, essentially. So we need to kind of look at it in a way that this journey isn't a bad thing. It's preparing for my soulmate is just a natural way of life. I'm opening to be more of myself. When I do that, it's the natural existence of the light of who I am, the light that brought us here, the light that gave us this life, etc. Isn't that like amazing? I recognize and value the soulmates in my life. And I just want to stop it there, as I recognize and value the soul. Because when you do that, then you'll branch to, I recognize and value the soul mates, which is partnership, siblings, whatever. I recognize and value the soul in me, in you, but in me, because if I don't recognize and value the soul in me, I'm not going to recognize and value it in any other life form. Not a partner, maybe not even a pet fully appreciate him. Oh yeah, there's just a dog. Yeah, we just have pets on Earth. Yeah, I don't actually recognize and value my life or life. I just feel like I'm living a human existence, and we kind of suck down here. Who's gonna fix it? So the spiritual journey is a journey. It's a path of opening. So if you feel closed down, remember there is light. Turn it on. Turn it on in your solar plexus with doing something new. Turn it on with your heart and take steps out of the old into something new of yourself offered to the world because you want to at your heart chakra. Turn the light on and speak your truth. And when we're doing all these things in activation, there's a momentum of the being. Then we have clearing, especially as we age as well, doing this stuff honestly, into the crown chakra and the third eye, because you don't have any barriers to the fact that you are a galactic being. And so in this shift, eventually, but there's a good majority of us that are like, I'm galactic. Of course there's going to be galactic in our, stars, systems, and entering our solar planet. So then you start to recognize and value the soul mateship, the soul give and take time out, receive, what did you learn, appreciate, value, and the last words are in my life, but I would just say in life. But yes, this is your lifetime. But in life, appreciate that these people and we all come into this world at this time and really get a higher understanding, allowance of growth. And spread your arms out wide for it. God bless. Thanks everyone for joining me again. And I hope, like my guides instigated with the stoppage of the shuffling of the deck, me saying, how come? The feeling being, you're not content unless you share it. Like it was, you need to share it. And like I said, because I want it to be a reminder, the human can say, I didn't feel anything, and just continue on in life. It's when we acknowledge that we actually felt something, we received guidance, and study up on intuition through any authentic, valued teacher, which I could list a few, and they are on my website as well, Teresa's awareness.com. On the Light Network page, there are plenty of opportunities there to take a look of what intuitive guidance or intuitive nature of their soul speaks to your soul. Like, you may not have the embodiment of like what I'm talking about yet, like my soul, but that's what it is. It's like your soul will, and we're all going to pick up on all the different intuitive communication. Like I said, with the feeling, the listening, it drops into a knowing, and you follow through on it and you learn to trust it. So people can see more, as I have done as time went on, get different visual, heartfelt energy fields that speak in streams of light, essentially, like communication. So trust your gut, and then if it speaks to a resonance around your chest, then there's something in there that wants to listen. And keep it that authentic all the time. Lighthearted, take a listen, feel, listen to yourself, and open up like that. And I have my absolute favorite teachers that I will always refer to, but then there is lots of other brilliant people on the earth that have got a lot to share as well. And we'll endlessly, out of 8 billion people, keep meeting, hearing, knowing some amazing life and light shifts coming through people that open us up to like other portals of our energy, which is the unknown expression of ourselves. We didn't know was going to happen, but now all of a sudden we're open to something else. So yeah, open yourself up to intuition for more holistic holism, because that holistic word gets thrown around in spirituality as well. More holism in truth, opening up to who you are. I might just turn this light off and see if there was anything else. Oh, and I've written the date on the board because sometimes my videos don't get posted, so I just thought you'd like a approximation of when some of the videos happen. Some of my videos don't get uploaded straight away. I think that was all I wanted to share. So we're taking notice that the inner child is the necessity of our innocence connected to the universe, other than being the grown-up physical adult that doesn't remember that how it was to be a child is actually where we came from. Children represent heaven more than anything. Not in any perfection state, because hello, they help us grow through all the different emotions. When there is unease, we bring calm, etc. Or they bring great joy to our unease. So, you know, it's remembering where we came from for the balance in life, that we are not just physical, dense, rigid 9-to-5ers or whatever. Like, we're not just our work, because there might be other things speaking to us, and the inner child is what reminds you you're not just here for the cash. And then the soulmates are the next branch of that, because from establishing understanding, listening to the inner child in you that wants to do naturally and natural things, is going to attract either more learning, which you will grow through and have less challenges as you grow through it, which is what we're doing, opening up to life through learning. And it makes it easier, especially in this light evolution, for us to find those people, because we're accepting that's what it is. It is soul connections, not just physical density. Thank you, guidance team, for your assistance in all expression. Because I want to tell you why I say that. Because we're co-creating. So your guidance team knows you well, and they assist the flow and kind of bringing together the energy that is you, because you're available for your most optimum expression of self. So when we get in the flow, of an expression intention, it can attract in all of precision and accuracy to do with what the human soul, the energy, is wanting to deliver with simplicity, really. Yeah, so that's why it's good to thank when you know you have been assisted in any signs whatsoever, so that you open up this diamond connection. Your heart, your being, your crown. Who is that one with? It's not just a walking, talking, physical, dense human being, okay? Because this is just our light in denser, slowed down form. So we don't want to copy that. We go more to the light form, still embodied. So turn that light switch up. Be around those you know would like to assist the support of turning that light switch back up. They see if it's dimming a little and they just go, ah. Pat on the back, presents, a hug, just being together, or you doing those things for yourself, being your own best soulmate. So knowing what you like, doing it for yourself to emanate that light. Don't ever feel you're just here to work. You're going to lose yourself in the material world. In the density of form. You're here temporarily as a light being, and your light will return back up. And what you leave here is most important. Like, what can you leave here in the time that you're here? Can you leave memories and experiences you're going to look back on and say, I really did a great job there of letting myself free? I guess we could end with a prayer. I mean, I like to finish on that hour if I've gone this long so far. And I'm asking honestly and authentically to my guides, is that, is that a good idea? And of course it is. So we get into an authentic space of what is in our present, which means you let go of form. So for a human to wind down into that, do whatever you feel is a nice wind down without it should look like this or it's got to look like this. It doesn't have to look like anything but what a wind down ends up looking like. So for me, practice letting go of the physical reality is somewhat easy. And because I've learned through great teachers as well, like Esther and Jerry Hicks, Esther channels Abraham, and years ago, Abraham worked through Esther, and Jerry was a very supportive part of all of the process, who's now in heaven and watching over and working still with Esther on earth. They created with Abraham channeling it through Esther, assistance for the planet of 4 15-minute guided meditations called Getting into the Vortex, which is the wider space of the universal truth of what we're a part of. But each of us have to maintain our own space. So you get into the vortex yourself. And I've learnt many things of letting go from those 4 15-minute meditations. A lot of what humans put up front and don't sort of wind down into. So truths, essentially, that knock down walls and barriers of how something should look, rather than you just want to let go. So let's do that. And I recommend getting into the vortex. They will be forever of benefit. Those meditations full of truths that at first sometimes the human mind, consciousness so far wouldn't be able to get their head around, and that's because you're not meant to. You let go of the head, you let go of the mind. You know you're still present and you have a mind, but you don't feel it. So guides from those 4 meditations to assist consciousness on the planet, what would be a beautiful prayer? And we were already in the flow of it, I'm told. And so let's go there. Life does not have to look a certain way. And let that tear down your old layers. Life does not have to look a certain way. And let that take down barriers. Life is meant for your joyfulness. Take down old barriers. The world requires your joy. Take down old barriers. The world waits for your joy. Remove old barriers. To peace intrinsically. Fall away, fall away. What's not needed. Life requires your balance. Fall away. Fall away. What's not required. Life love, assists, and adores like a doorway to the infinite, your balance. Doors are always open on every level, on every dimension. You don't need imbalance anymore. Light beings of oneness, walk through those doors. Light beings of contented mindfulness, walk through many doors. Light beings of the grandest kind in transmutation on your planetary existence. Live your light frames of being completely and utterly truthful to your whole dimensions. Your wholeness. And that is the kings and queens of the planet. Wholeness. Aware of it. Kings and queens be. Now, your reality. Let's bow our head in gratitude of the greatness that all exists, one with. And let's repeat after me. One. Like Amen, bow your head in one. Chin to chest. As much as you can get it there. Let it drop, in other words. I am in one. Amen. Too right. Amen. Humanity. Let's make sure we enter into that one, which is a bow. We are in the one. Like seeds of the power. And trust me, release all you want right there. And as prayers or blessings go, let's do that. I release all. I really don't want to hold or keep trying to figure out how to solve. I give it to the one with love, honesty in this moment. I let go. The biggest transmutation shift for planet Earth is happening now. And that's how we play a pulsating, crucial part in the existence of all. This living, breathing moment of now, inside awareness. We are inside the awareness. It's not the awareness, inside the one. The power, the clarity, the tranquility, the power. Let that fall upon us now. Big exhale, everyone. Amen, amen, amen. God bless. crystal clear design. God bless. Did they not blow you away? We haven't left it, and that's why my eyes don't want to open sometimes. Because when we do, like birthing, opening the eyes and coming out of that hole, we gotta not let that flame, that diamond lit, it's like a crystalline white blue. Like a light crystalline light sky blue. We gotta not let that light go out anywhere and go like out of our diamond consciousness back down, sharing our energy in a lower reality. Anything at all, you have to start getting like centered, that you do not leave this point of your gut that says, when I interact there, or when I'm doing this, or when I'm doing that, it's taking me out of my diamond dimensional higher light being access. Okay? Because this is a whole dimensional availability shift out of the old. And it reminds me of the painting I done recently, because I just had to get it out. And I've been talking about the diamond consciousness for the last few years, and probably even further back than I realize, because it all just fits together now. Like I was saying, things unfold. So the lines are obviously all dimensional feelings that spoke to me. So I just want the template alignment to show to you that there is a darker blue line. The dark blue represents the depth of eternal communication, infinite availability. But our actual diamond, as I see it, is that crystalline light blue. And yes, so there's a tree there, and this speaks volumes to me, so I'm not going to try and describe it, but I'll take a photo and post it, and you feel and see whatever you see. But essentially the meaning that always speaks and why I connect with holding the diamond shape is, we're walking a pathway and it opens up and it's accessed through all availability of what's really there, and it makes our paths forward amazing. It's saying, like, if you could just imagine that you're in there walking this amazing dimensional path. These are feelings, streams, consciousness, availability, and here we are as nature on the planet with access to all of it. And if you want to get to the simplified version of this, How does a tree really exist? Sit with one and you'll feel, and let yourself feel, okay? Let yourself feel. Because we can live more of an existence. How does a tree exist? Did any of us create that one tree that made all the trees? We are dimensional beings. Some paintings I could look at forever. Mainly because I want to bring that to the planet. So God bless everyone. A little bit over the hour. 11 past. See you again soon. Mwah. Bye for now.